So let me ask you something. What if the democracy we all believe in is only 70% complete? It's a pretty wild idea, I know, but that's what we're digging into today. It's a perspective that might just change how you see everything, from who's in charge of a country to how a family makes decisions. And it all kicks off with this one number.
All right, let's just jump right in. The source material we're looking at puts forward this idea that the democratic theory we operate under, the one we see as the ultimate goal, is actually unfinished. It's only a 70% theory. It's not the final product, but more like a major work in progress.
And yeah, that is the million-dollar question, isn't it? If what we have is only 70% of the picture, what on earth is in that missing 30%? Well, the answer this philosophy gives, it's probably not what you're expecting.
See, that missing piece isn't about having more votes, or more elections, or even more personal freedom in the way we usually think about it. Nope, it's about recognizing and even embracing a kind of natural order. A hierarchy that's not based on money or power, but on something else entirely: competence.
So the thinking goes like this. A truly complete, 100% society doesn't try to pretend that everyone is exactly the same. Instead, it builds a really clear, healthy structure. And the source uses these terms upper people and lower people. Now, hold on. Before you react to that language, it is absolutely crucial that we understand what these terms are supposed to mean here.
Okay, this is what's so fascinating. This completely redefines leadership. An upper person isn't your boss or some aristocrat or even just someone who's older than you. It's someone who has actually developed the genuine skill to help other people, to solve their problems, and to point them in the right direction. It's an authority that has to be earned. It's not just handed to you.
And this chart just nails the difference, right? Literally, anyone can be older than you. A parent is a parent. That's just biology. But to be a true upper person, a real leader in this sense, you have to have the skill to actually make things better for the people you're leading. If you don't have that competence, you're just an older person. You're not a leader.
So here's the kicker. When this system is actually working, when the so-called upper people are genuinely competent and doing their job right, the need for things like voting just fades away. And why is that? Because when a leader shows you a path that is truly wise, one that you can see benefits everyone, you just naturally want to follow it. You get a real consensus, not one that was just forced through by a 51% majority.
All right, so let's take this pretty abstract idea and see how it plays out in the one place we all know intimately, the family. This is where it all starts to feel very, very real.
According to this philosophy, if parents get to a point where they're saying, all right, kids, let's just take a vote on where we're going for vacation, that's actually a red flag. It's a sign that there's a deeper problem. It's basically an admission that the parents haven't been able to use their wisdom to figure out and explain the best path for the whole family. They're basically giving up their role as leaders.
So instead of putting it to a vote, here's the model that's proposed as the ideal. And notice, it's not about ignoring the kids. It's the exact opposite. The job of the parent is to listen, and listen really carefully. Then they process all that input using their greater experience and wisdom, and then comes the hard part. They have to explain why a certain decision is the right one, guiding their kids so they can understand and get on board.
To make this even more concrete, let's walk through a case study from the source that I'm sure a lot of people can relate to. It's about a major disagreement over who you want to marry.
I mean, this is a classic, right? Your heart is telling you one thing, but your family is telling you something completely different. And the usual advice we hear is, just follow your heart. It's your life. But this philosophy, it suggests a totally different path, a much more difficult one, actually.
Wow, okay, that is an incredibly strong statement. The source is dead serious about this. It says if you just steamroll ahead and get married when your family is strongly against it, that marriage is doomed. The idea is that their opposition isn't just an annoying opinion you can ignore, it's a giant, flashing sign that there are fundamental problems that haven't been solved yet. So what do? Well, the answer isn't to break up with your partner. The answer is to treat that opposition like it's priceless data. The path forward is to humbly go to them and ask why. What exactly are you worried about? And then you listen, really listen to what they say. You promise to work on those specific issues. The goal isn't to win the argument. The goal is to build a foundation for your marriage that's so strong, the opposition just naturally dissolves.
Which, of course, brings us to the final and maybe the most important question of all. If real leadership is based on this earned skill, how in the world do you get it?
The idea here is that this kind of deep wisdom, you're not going to find it in a textbook. You can't get a PhD in it. It's a quality that you can only develop over a lifetime of paying attention, of humbly interacting with absolutely everyone and everything around you.
And this right here is the heart of the practice. Gaining that true skill, that true authority, it all comes from this massive shift in your mindset. It means you have to treat every single person you meet with respect, no matter who they are. It means you start to believe that every single interaction has a lesson in it specifically for you. And by humbly taking in those lessons bit by bit, you slowly build up the competence to become a true leader, a real upper person.
So in the end, this whole philosophy leaves us with a really provocative question to think about. We're taught that leadership is something that's given to people through votes by the majority. But what if real, effective leadership is something else entirely? Something that you can only earn through a deep-seated respect for others, a commitment to learning every day, and the proven skill of actually making things better for everyone. It's a powerful thought to take with you.